Hey there, Pancakers! We're here with another Pokemon tournament thing, and we're greeted again by Milky Way, the co-commentator.
What's good?
This is the first of the two Meme Kick versus Icy battles. I'm seeing that Icy brought 3 not fully evolved Pokemon, which means actually 2 of those are going to be lacking Eviolite. I'm suspecting that Cottonee is going to be a Focus Dash, because of the fact that it just makes sense with like Tailwind and stuff, and that allows you to put the Eviolite on with the other 2 not fully evolved.
We talked about it during draft picks that if you're gonna bring multiple NFEs, you're probably gonna want to put it on either Sliggoo or Torracat rather than Cottonee, so most likely. And then I also mentioned seeing Sneasler and Primarina a lot, so they're already here for game 1.
I agree with that. They also brought Shuckle, which is probably something like Sticky Webs, Infestation Encore, maybe. Maybe has Stealth Rock. Do you have anything to
Yeah.
say about that?
Yeah, I'm guessing Shuckle and Primarina both came because of Gouging Fire. That's gonna and I think especially Primarine is gonna be a really good answer to him. So on the other side they're gonna have to play really carefully with their Gouging Fire as well.
Yeah, one big thing I see with Gouging Fire, though, is that it gets intimidated if it's not Clear Amulet, but the only actual prey it has with its protecting move is that Sneasler. The taking down a restricted with your restricted isn't a bad trade. They also seem to have screens with Fake Out in Mr. Mime and fairly great bulk on the team, while the other
Yeah.
side is kind of lacking in offensive bulk just because of all of those not fully evolved ones.
Yeah, definitely. Especially I'm seeing Skarmory, I'm seeing Toedscruel over here, and they seem like they're gonna be really big issues in this, so
Yeah, especially if
we'll
they
see.
take out that Sneasler or nerf that Sneasler's damage output, that Toedscruel could probably go pretty wild.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so let's see what they lead out.
Alright, we got Mr. Mime out first.
Yep, Mr. Mime.
And Gouging Fire.
Yep, Mr. Mime and Gouging Fire looks like some screens on the side of Mr. Mime, and maybe Sticky Web's Tailwind on the side of Icy.
Right. Okay, we got the immediate fake out to stop Cottonee from doing anything. It just got shut down by the both of them immediately. But
Yeah,
that does let Shuckle set up Stealth Rocks, so
and that Torcat's coming out
yeah.
to intimidate everything. And they also use their own Intimidate.
Good.
And now they
Fake
have
out.
Sticky Webs up.
Okay, so
Oh, they got Sticky Webs up against the Trick Room team.
yeah, so far yeah, Trick Room's up, so anything that switches in is gonna get the is gonna be buffed in Trick Room due to the speed drop, so
Yeah, and now we're seeing not Intimidate, Protect onto Torcat, showing that's probably not the Eviolite Mon.
yeah, it's probably Sliggoo. Or it's definitely Sliggoo, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could have also been the Cottonee since we don't know how much Fake Out would have done to it, but I feel like it's probably that Sliggoo. So an Infestation coming out on the Mr. Mime, trapping it in, and that Shuckle's just staying in and being able to intimidate that Mr. Mime's a massive deal because it makes it so that Mr. Mime is going to be pretty useless as long as you don't send in Sneasler.
Yeah, it can't really do much else right about now. Alright, Sliggoo comes in.
And that Mr. Mime getting toxic is pretty big.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
also
well, that's
see the GUI on that Sliggoo.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, since Sliggoo has a GUI, they could just keep physically attacking it to lower their speed and go faster in Trick Room. So, Stoutland probably has priority against at least Sliggoo right now.
Yeah, assuming it's not speed investment probably. And the other thing is this Mr. Mime is not sticking around for very much longer, so that Stoutland isn't gonna have too much longer of follow me support.
So he's gotta use his time well.
Though the big thing I'm saying is if he goes really offensive with that Stoutland, to try to take down as many members of the opposing team as possible before that Trick Room runs down. That might be really good for him.
Yeah.
And that's a setup with the
Alright.
gooey Sliggoo. That's gonna be taking very little damage, and it also probably has Life Dew.
Yeah, he's gonna try to keep himself on the field for as long as he can.
Mhm. I'm thinking the Stoutland is probably choice banned.
Yeah, it hasn't used anything other than return since it came out, so
Yeah, and
most
that's
likely.
also been doing massive damage to everything on the opposing side.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gooey's been buffing his defenses up, so Stoutland's not doing nearly as much to him, and he's gonna be slower than. And because of Gooey slowing him down once Trick Room ends, that's gonna be really bad for him uh, once something like Sneasler comes out.
Seeing that Skarmory probably wanted to set up a Tailwind.
Cool. All right. Probably good to switch out there.
Getting
Oh,
that
nice
body
body
press
press
off.
almost got him down. If he doesn't have life due here, then Sliggoo's in trouble.
Sliggoo's in trouble either way because, yeah, it has that
Yeah,
Toad
no,
Scroll
he's out. All
invisible.
right.
But that Toad Scroll's on a timer now too.
Yeah.
And Skarmory's also kind of
Okay.
on a timer because of that infestation. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it can't.
Stoutland coming out looking like it's a choice.
Yeah.
They're both using Toxic in doubles for some
Oh
reason,
no.
though they're both very tanky teams, so that
Oh.
might end up going well for them.
Yeah, but now Shuckle's got them both stuck in. So.
Shuckle has
Oh.
neither of them stuck in because it
Yeah.
just went
Yeah.
down.
Now. Yeah, but Stoutland was able to get rid of it, and since it used did it use Stomping Tantrum last turn, or
Yes.
did it switch in last turn?
It used Stomping Tantrum against the Shuckle. So it's looking at a super effective move against both of them.
Yeah.
Though that Sneasler is being really scary with close combat or Diaclaw into it right now.
There's not much Stoutland can really do about that, even though it can threaten both sides with both mons with Stomping Tantrum, just because Sneasler's faster than it, there's not much it can really do this turn.
Yeah, besides switching out because it's probably banned.
Yeah.
If it's not banned, this would be an amazing time to pull out the not bandedness and maybe a
Yeah,
Silk Scarf instead.
yeah. But two normal types out's really bad for right here because no matter what they do here, Sneasler's gonna hit something for super effective damage, so
But they switched out the Skarmory into the Jampa.
yeah, no, that's
I mean, it could just try to Diaclaw though. What could do
okay,
that?
setting up. That's Oh, Torcat got Oh, there we go. There's their two aces out on the field now.
Yep.
Nice protect with Drampa. They guessed correctly on what Sneasler was gonna do.
But that Sneasler is
And
getting
Toad's Cool got
spoiled.
Spore on it. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Especially because that Stoutland's threatening both of them again with another return.
yeah. So because Sneasler has to wake up for Stoutland can do whatever it wants here. Oh, but Primarina takes down Toadstool and okay, so it's not banded then. It
I
just
mean,
got
it
huge
could be.
damage off
This could
of
be
Primarina.
physically defensive Primarina.
Yeah. Oh, nice. They just shut down the rest of their team that turn. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
now it's
huge.
Torcat versus the Ward, and this Torcat doesn't look like it's gonna get too far because they have
Yeah.
a Gouging Fire and Jampat almost at full HP.
Yeah, that sleep on the Sneasler was really big for Meme Kid.
Yeah, it looks like it was even 3 turns of it.
Yeah, dang, that pretty much just won him the game there. Assuming Torracat doesn't do anything here.
Yeah. I mean, we know 3 of the 4 moves. And I don't think that fourth move could do anything to stop the
Yeah.
entire team. Because you
Yeah.
probably want like knockoff for
Yeah.
the other two, but knockoff will not be doing enough to Skarmory.
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
And
It was able to get a kill on the board though, so
yeah, that's at
good
least kind of good.
good
But
good
it's
for
being toxicted.
Yeah, they could. Okay, its final move is Flare Blitz, so nothing I could really do against the two dragons on this guy's team, but
Yeah.
it's still nice to have a really strong move like that.
hmm If
But
I was them,
okay,
I
so
probably would not have flare blitzed, and I probably would have just potting shotted because you aren't winning this game, and you probably don't want to be reviewing your moves for the best 2 of 3 since this is the first one.
true.
Torcat and Choco sets have been revealed.
Yeah, that's just a lot of information that you got out of them for this game. And while taking the win is really good for them, so I think Meme Kip's got the advantage for round two.
I do too, especially because the 2 sets that were revealed is you revealed Citrus Bay on Toad Scroll. You revealed probably Choice Band Stoutland, though that's not sure. And you've also
Uh,
just revealed Skarmory has Body Press and Iron Head.
yeah.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't do much for you because that already threatens almost everything on their team.
Yeah, it's like you got the full set out, but what are you gonna do against it other than their opponent trying to get Torracat out against it more, but
Yeah, basically it makes it so Skarmory can't threaten a full health Sneasler.
yeah. I
But
think
Skarmory's already kind of threatening it just because of how sheerly bulky it is.
yeah. I think the only thing that the other teams got on him so far is that nothing about Cottony was revealed because it died right away, but
Yeah, but we can probably guess that's some Tailwind. And seeing
100%.
that this
And
is a Trick Room team,
yeah,
Tailwind's just not going to be very useful,
and
so it's probably just going to memento itself.
yeah, it's like are you really gonna want to use that against Mr. Mime?
They've revealed Leftover Scum and Rocky Helmet Mr. Mime. They've also revealed Psyshock on Mr. Mime, which means they can't really thin out this Legoo. But the two things revealed on Meme Kip's team versus the two things revealed completely on Icy's team seems to be at a lot worse disadvantage. Especially
Yeah.
since it's revealing stuff like this Torcat can't do anything against the Jampa or the Gouging
Yeah,
Fire.
against either of their dragons, it's mostly just there isn't really too much you could do on the offensive department. It doesn't need to entirely, but as we saw there, if Torcat ends up being if Torcat ends up being left alone at the ends like it did this time, it's gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, you have no clue what this Jampa is trying to do. Because they never got to less than half HP, so you still don't know if it's Sap Sipper or Berserk. Because it could be Sap Sipper, and you could try to, like, late seed it with your Cottony or something, and have that just not work out. You
Yeah.
also don't know if it's a physical or special set. So this Jampa is basically just a wild card because of just it can do quite a few things. Well, the Cottony that is the main thing, basically completely unrevealed. The only thing basically completely unrevealed on Icy's team has kind of its roles that it does and not much else. Another thing is like this gouging fire could be scoffed, it could be banded too, because this could
Yeah.
be Silk Scarf or something.
Yeah, it barely entered the field this game.
Yeah, and especially since they also revealed that they're restricted a setup Swords Dance set, that's gonna be easier to predict rather than it being like banned.
Yeah, like the first turn it was out, it immediately swords danced. So if you can, and so it's much easier to play around rather than just trying to guess.
Let's go on to the next game. We'll see you in the next game, Pancakers. Hey, Pancakers, we're in on the next game. Let's see what they lead with.
All right.
So we're
Okay,
seeing
Mr.
some differences with the lead matchup. Mr. Mime seems to be the only thing that is out this time and wasn't out and was out also last time.
Yeah, Mr. Mime's pretty reliable for these teams matchups though, so I could see why. And especially if it can live whatever Sneasler's got coming for it in Trick Room. I do think pulling out Sneasler immediately was interesting since they already it's a pretty good matchup though just because of and just because it can hit really strong into both sides and it could potentially stop Mr. Mime from setting up anything.
One thing I'm noticing is the Sneasler just can't set up here because have Jampa having like Glare or maybe even like Psychic is just too, or Hurricane is just too risky for the Sneasler. And that Mr. Mime, has Side Shock. So no matter what that Torcat fakes out, there's always going to be a threat into Sneasler.
But I think it's also interesting since Sneasler's been pretty much revealed that I think the mindset here is that it's like, okay, they know what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna show up and do it and threaten people anyway. Because like I don't know, since Sneasler hits like such a train, it's like you could see the train coming, but if it hits you, it's still hitting you.
Yeah, I think that the idea Icy might be going for is something like a fake out into Drampa and then maybe Diaclaw into Mr. Mime, trying to shut down that lead
Yeah, I think
immediately.
yeah, I think Mr. Mime's like the most important thing to be getting off the table here, just because of what it did last game.
Another idea might be actually fake out Mr. Mime and close combat into that Drampa because it's such a wild card though. Okay, let's see what happens. So we see that
Oh, let's switch
Stoutland
into
coming out, and
Stoutland.
the Mr. Mime was faked out.
Okay. Oh, but he uses it to set up. Okay, that was really ballsy there. Because if anything had gone into Sneasler, assuming it's not like focus sashed at all, it would have. I mean, it wouldn't have been good for him. So
Yeah,
um,
and if it was Focus Dash, what's gonna be on Cottony?
that's true. But I think I think it was a good risk to take because now Sneasler could just immediately take out something, and since Stoutland's out here, even though he intimidated Sneasler, Sneasler still got the attack buff, even if it's not +2.
So one thing we might see here, is actually that Sneasler protecting while the Torcat putting shots into something, so they can get 2 threats on the field immediately.
Oh, that would be smart. I
Because
know.
from this position, the Torcat's not threatening much, but the Sneasler's threatening both sides, which means both sides will probably want to attack into it to at least stop it.
Yeah, that's true.
On Meme Kick side, though, I'm thinking they're probably going to be using Stomping Tantrum into the Sneasler at the very least, or Return. But maybe
Yeah,
they might decide to go, and if they don't have like if they get too scared of that Sneasler, they might just side shock into it. So I think a better play might actually just to be trick rooming, because you're faster than that Sneasler next turn if you trick room.
if okay, the switch into Skarmy's good. Protect on Toric. Another Swords Dance. Oh my goodness! Like, okay, it's not
It's stashed.
Okay, it is sashed. Alright, that's why Sneasler was risking it so hard, and now it just gets to take off something out of the field even though it's slower. That is really and that is really good for Icy right there. I mean Sneasler's probably not gonna get to do much else because of Trick Room, and if it gets touched by anything it dies.
But you
But
can
that's
also
still
use that being touched by anything it dies to your advantage by protecting it and potting shotting into something. Another thing I noticed is they decided to take out that Skarmory, which was basically threatening everything besides for the Sneasler.
yeah, true. Skarmory was good to take out there. Especially if Sneasler wants to leave and come back in later. I think Skarmory was like one of the only few things that like hard walls it. So
Yeah,
at least without any attack buffs.
mhm, I agree with that. And whatever's on that con is gonna be weird because it isn't Stash and it's not Eviolite, so.
True.
Oh, the
Oh,
quick
it
attack
has
coming out
quick
there.
attack. Okay.
Doing a little
Oh,
bit
but
of
that's
extra damage to that Mr. Mime.
dang. Yeah, that's two team members off of Icy's side now. So
Yes, but is damage into the redirector at the very least, and you have revealed that this Drampa is probably a special attacker.
yeah.
Which means Fluffball, the Cottony, can probably be able to at least leech seed that Drampa.
Oh, true. It's probably not gonna have Sap Sipper. Oh, but it does it against Mr. Mime.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
Drampa does have Glare.
Okay. Good. And that's
They've
cool. Oh,
encored
he
the Follow Me
encore.
and set up rocks.
Okay. Yeah. The Memekip's not letting anything get sent to Drampa at all. They're trying to keep Drampa as untouched as possible.
Yeah, and it's working out really well because they're kind of crippling the entire other side with Drampa.
Yeah, like the only thing I could see like we're being able to stop it right now is Primarina, since now that Sneasler's out.
Sliggoo could probably stop it if it decides to let itself be damaged decently heavily. And if it has the right moves.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna let Mr. Mime potentially go down here, but the paralysis on Cotney was really bad for this team. That's all right
Yeah,
though. Mr. Mime did a lot of work there.
and now they have a half health Shuckle versus a Toadscrow and Drampa with a paralyzed Cottony. If I'm saying this correctly, I'm thinking they might actually switch if they're trying to preserve that. They might try to preserve that Drampa because it just does so well into their team. Well, we can see that is actually
Oh,
Sapsip.
but he does have Sap Sipper. Okay. Dang, he did. Okay, so Shuckle took that like a champ, but
And they stole the Citrus Berry.
yeah, but Drampa could just keep clicking Hyper Voice now and still do.
Yeah, what does the Kiba Berry do?
I'll check it out right now.
I'm thinking it might actually be like a fire poison resist berry.
Oh, maybe.
Which, if that is what tricked onto Toadscroll, that's going to be completely useless because the Torcat and Sneasel are already down.
Kibia's it's a poison resist berry.
Yeah, the Sneasel is already down, so you aren't going to be getting
Yeah,
that. Plus, it's a
it's
ground type.
yeah, and I doubt Memekip's got any poison coverage on it, so it's better that Cotney took the citrus berry. Like even though Drampa could probably just kill it in one more hit, it's nice for Cotney to have the extra health.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this Connie actually has All My Friends Are Dead syndrome, though. Because typically you use Connie for Tailwind. But if it also has Tailwind on the set, it can't do any immediate damage. But it does
Okay,
just
the
go
hyper
down to the
voice.
hyper voice.
Yeah. But you know what? That's still alright because at least Toadstool doesn't get to use the citrus berry now.
Yeah, but the Toadscrew actually did just set up Trick Room.
Okay, so you added on two Pokemon. That's smart, especially since Mr. Mime kind of became a target earlier into this game.
Yeah, and especially if like Mr. Mime, especially if you really need Trick Room up doing with a team, you can always Mr. Mime Toadscroll and then use Follow Me with Mr. Mime.
But yeah, now he's got the speed advantage again.
Yep. And they send out the Sliggoo doing a
Okay. Oh,
lot
he
of
has
damage
Dragon
into
Pulse.
it.
Okay, so Drampa's finally being threatened here. It might be a little bit too late, but with Premium on as his only other member, this might work out for him anyways. I think if anything, it's Toadscroll here that's the most threatening to Icy.
Yeah, I think with Jamba taking out the Shuckle that did like 2 damage with Infestation, Jamba's job is basically done at this point. So it should just try to get off a bit of damage into everything. Especially now
Yeah,
that Toadscroll is threatening an Earth Power into probably the Sliggoo.
yeah, definitely.
And we do see the
Yeah,
Earth Power come out into probably an
yeah,
Eviolite Sliggoo.
yeah. I think the only chance Icy has right now is if they can keep their team alive for Toadscroll to go down. But he already almost took out Gooey with 2 Earth powers, so
Yeah, and the Supreme Arena elected to set up instead of taking down the Toad Scroll.
yeah.
And seeing that you
But
now know this is fast Supreme Arena, you can probably just take out the Siligu with a Earth Power and return.
yeah,
Because at this point, Meme Kip should know that the return will just kill Siligu unsheltered. And if the Sliggoo goes for Shelter or Iron Defense, whichever one it had, that Earth Power will KO it.
yeah, and there's nothing Sligu could really do alone against the rest of this team anyways.
I mean, it can probably do stuff, but the thing is, having the Primarina forced into a, at best, 2v1 with a Toad Scroll and Gouging Fire, or Gouging Fire and Stoutland, probably is not going to end well for the Primarina.
Yeah. I think what Icy's hoping for is for Toxic to finish off Toad's Cruel and so that way they can hopefully try to not have to fight it after this.
Yeah, but it has 25% damage left.
Yeah.
And they send out Stoutland,
Not-
so they are probably double attacking the Sliggoo Hisuria.
Okay, he's got acid armor. Okay,
Oh, but
he's gonna return
they
to
elected to defeat the
Oh,
Primarina with the Stoutland, which just allows Toadskool to Earth Power the Sliggoo Hisuria.
yeah, no, that's just the end of the game right there. Dang. So that's already and so that's gonna go to Meme Kip 2-0 then.
Yeah, so that actually means that Toadskool did very well with that Trick Room.
Yeah. That that was really smart to have 2 Trick Room teams, especially just because even though even though Icy's team isn't the fastest, I think just Sneasler being there is enough to want to have Trick Room set up. And even at that end game where there was no Sneasler present, it still let Toad Scroll be as threatening as it was.
Especially since they were trying to use sticky webs against the Meme Kip. Though Meme Kip wins this one, so far they're already in the lead with points. Let's check out the next the next batch of matches. Hey Pancakers! Now we're with a battle between Triple Deluxe and NP Elemental. As we can see the teams, we see that Triple Deluxe decided to bring the Intimidate, and of course the Restricted. They have Fake Out pressure and Follow Me pressure on the team, so that seems to be really good. The opposing team does have Sticky Webs, Audino with Regenerator Heal Post, and even Superior.
Oh, and we got the Magmar versus Magmortar matchup. That's gonna be cool to see.
Let's see how well those picks worked out for them.
All right. All right, we got Tinkaton and Ferd on one side, Magmar and Girafarig on the other.
Yeah.
So you already got one of the two out.
So I'm predicting we're gonna see a Trick Room come up here.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going with right away with Girafarig, but they're very easily at risk for fake out from Tinkaton if they're running it.
Yeah. They're also at risk by like a choice ban for it going for something like also this thing didn't does that have frisk? This does not have frisk.
Oh.
So it's anti-accuracy lowering, I guess, with King Eye.
Okay.
But yeah, this is probably using Fake Out into the Magmar, and maybe Fritz choice band and gonna use Knockoff into the Jaffarid to try to take it down. Or even like Knockoff into like Sucker or something to try to defeat the Jaffarid.
Or knockoff just to get the item intel.
Yeah. Oh, the
Oh, it's
Z
using a
move.
Z move. Okay. Oh my! It brought out Tectonic Rage against a Magmar. Okay, interesting.
But here's the big thing. This is probably special Tectonic Rage.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Let's see. It did
Oh, that
almost
did
no
not do that
damage.
much. Yeah, it probably was then, but it did flinch him, which is nice. Reflect is
Fake Out
gonna go
flinch.
up, so Tinkaton might be having a hard time here.
Yes. but they have just gotten they did just basically trade, like, 40% on, Magmar for them being able to get up a Reflect.
Yeah,
So
I think Reflect is still really good for Magmar though, because even though it lost a bunch of health, it might be able to take better physical hits for since its physical defense is so low.
yeah, I agree. Though it is probably ooh, wait, is this Eviolite or is this Eviolite? Oh, this
Uh
is probably Light Clay, and this is probably Eviolite?
oh yeah, with Tectonic Rage did so little on Magmar for a Z move. It definitely could be. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything thing on here that like physically threatens Magmar though. So maybe Reflect is for something else that he might want to bring in later too.
Reflect could also just be trying to reduce damage from stuff like Double Edge from Ferret.
True.
Let's see what happens. Body Slam, maybe
Oh, but it
trying for
has
the
Body Slam.
paralysis.
Okay, that did. Yeah, that did almost nothing to Magmar. But Fire Blast didn't do too much to Tinkaton either, and Tinkaton was able
Tinkaton
to get a screen up.
screens.
So
Yeah, this Tinkaton seems to be Light Screen Reflect.
yeah, I know they're trying so hard to stop each other's really strong threats from hitting hard into each other. Like Light Screen is really nice for against Magmar. If Giraffe Rig's running more than just like screens and Trick Room, then
I'm
it'll be really
thinking they
nice against
neither
Giraffe
of
Rig
them
as
might
well.
be running Trick Room because this Dravig seems to be pretty fast. You set up screens before stuff like this Ferret can do damage.
Oh, maybe.
So it could just be like a speed war between Tailwind and stuff. Oh, we see a Psychic with
Yeah. Oh, he has Brick Break just for this. Okay, that's really
yeah.
smart for Magmar. Like even if you're running it specially offensive, Brick Break's still nice against Furret.
Brick Break's also nice to get rid of any screens the
Yeah.
Latias or Tinkaton could be running.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's Furret gone already. And honestly, Tinkaton can't really do much if he's gonna keep clicking Brick Break against its screens, so
Yeah, and that's a massive crit too.
oh, that was a crit, nice.
I don't think that Brick Break would have killed Ferret without it.
Yeah, probably not. Magmar's pretty strong, but I don't know how much I don't know how much they decided to spec into physical attack, so
Yeah, I'm thinking they probably didn't because you probably have Follow Me on this Magmar.
yeah.
Probably seeing some we're probably gonna be seeing something like Fire Blast, Brick Break, maybe Protect Follow Me on it, and then of course this is to affect Light Screen Psychic. So this might also have Protect, though it might have a different attacking move just to hit like the Quillfish.
Oh, true.
So what seems like they've traded off so far is they've traded off a lot of damage on the Follow Me user to get rid of Ferret and get screens up.
Yeah, but they seem to be in a pretty good place. But Latios and Quillfish are both gonna hit the field. That's gonna be really nice for against the two mons they have out. They might not be able
Yeah.
to hit them too hard because of screens being up, but at the same time, there's not much these two can do to them either. Just because we have a dark type and we have Latias who's super specially defensive. So
Yeah, and it also resists Fire Blast, Brick Break, and Psychic. And we also see this Quillfish coming out, revealing the Giraffurig's inner focus, meaning that can't be faked out.
okay, that's smart to bring inner focus though.
It is, especially since it doesn't seem like they brought anything that Sap Zipper would be good for. But that also reveals to Triple that his fake outs won't do anything against it.
Yeah, so he might not want to lead Tinkaton next time because I think that's what the plan was with it.
Yeah. Now they have
Oh.
two Dark Poison types out
Oh, that
with,
is
with because of Reflect type.
yeah, that is a really interesting play. I didn't even know Latias had that, but yeah, so Giraffe Rig can't really do anything against it. Like honestly, yeah, you basically just Latias got levitated, basically just doesn't have a weakness now. Like
It just
It's gonna be
doesn't.
really tough to take Latios off the board because of the type change.
Yeah, though we don't even know if this type change would be useful for it. Though it probably will
True.
be because they have Slurpuff. But if the Savali's like not ground, it might not be as useful as first anticipated.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, what
And it's a normal Savali now. It's a normal
interesting.
type Savali.
Okay, so it's definitely running an item then instead of a disc.
Yeah, that might have not been the best thing, but who knows? But the bigger thing I'm seeing here is they opted to switch out the draft rig. So this Quillfish might have toxic spikes or spikes, which would kind of start crippling the team pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They missed
And Meg
ball. Oh,
Oh my, they have acupressure? Oh my, I don't dang.
yeah, this Latias is not going down at this point.
Yeah, no, that is one beefed up dragon right there. Like even if Latias can't do anything too crazy to their team right now, like it was trying to whittle away at Magmar last or no, this turn it was trying to whittle away at Magmar. It's like it doesn't really matter if it can't do too much right now because that you can't really do anything to it. And if this
Y-
team is designed to just beef up Latias, then
And it
even
really
if
looks
it's
like it
not,
might be.
yeah, no, because Quillfish and Latias pairing, it's already swapped Latias's type to not have any weaknesses, and it's already buffed
Defense.
its defense.
Yeah. And then also has Mist Ball to lower opposing Pokemon special attack. Though that might actually end up being bad against the Superior if that decides to come in.
Oh, true. That's like the
One
only thing
vital
that I could
piece of
see doing.
knowledge that NPL Mental might have revealed too quickly, though, is that they actually have Taunt, which means they either don't have Protect or don't have Follow Me.
True. At the same time, though, it kind of needs to use it here just because how much utility Quillfish has in support. If he could stop Quillfish from buffing Latias more, and then
There's also two other things that's been revealed. This Magma is not fast because Crowfish outsped it.
oh, true.
Now means we know things like Aurorus might have it fast Aurorus, like or even Scoffed Aurorus might actually have a chance to just kill the Magma.
Oh yeah, they were thinking the same thing. Aurora's is already out here to threaten Magmar.
How is this a ground type now?
Oh, was it? It might have been ground initially, then the didn't show us right away.
I think you are correct.
Yeah, I think it's just a bug. I mean, ground is nice for Savali, even if it can't hit Latias, since that's good against Quillfish, Magmortar, and Tinkaton. But it being out right now might not be the greatest, especially now that Auroras can threaten both Mons on the field.
Yes, though this has revealed that just doesn't have Protect, which means it's going to go down to Latias this turn.
Yeah, something's killing it this turn.
And this Savara is taking damage. Not taking damage, but got off a Swords Dance.
Yeah, Misspell's finished it.
And so we see this is multi-attacking. Though the Slurpuff seems to be able to be doing quite a bit. Because like they have Slurpuff out now, and this has Belly Drum. So this could be a really threatening pair if Slurpuff does go for Belly Drum and has like Citrus Unburden.
Yeah. I honestly, if you're gonna try to crack through Latios, Belly Drum might be your only chance right now. So,
Yeah. They do take down
oh,
Aurora's.
that's Aurora's gone. Okay, and Belly Drum's up. That's a really good turn for Elemental.
Yeah, we see the Belly Drum Citrus probably Unburden on Slurpuff.
Yeah, and Savali's buffed up, so the defense boost on Latios might not even matter at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
though I think they can actually take down the. If they do this properly, they might be able to take down the Slurpuff with a fake out into Mist Ball. But the Slurpuff might predict and protect if it has it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, we got the
So
fake out into it.
it doesn't protect, does it go down?
Yeah, but Savali's able to take out Tinkaton anyway, so, like, even oh, yeah, and he doesn't even take Slurpuff out because of Light Screen, that's unfortunate.
Yes,
'Cause,
but
like
this might actually be Aqua Jet on Quillfish.
oh, true. So Slurpuff might just be going down anyway. Either way, though, both last turn and this turn, Savali's gonna be, um is going to be able to do something, and since its attack is buffed, that's very dangerous for triple right here.
Yeah, another very dangerous thing is not having anything for the superior after Quillfish and
Yeah,
Magmortar
that's
goes down.
yeah,
Because anytime this Latias attacks superior, it has a 50% chance to raise its special attack.
yeah. Elemental still got a really and still has a big Pokemon lead against triple, so this is going to be really rough.
Yeah, they also have the information lead too at this
Yeah,
point. Because, like, yeah, they revealed some of their moves, but all they've revealed right now is 3 of their Pokemon's moves, and one of them's Belly Drum. Well, Triple's had to reveal, besides for Aurorus, they've had to reveal moves on almost everything. And, like, in this position, honestly, I'd probably switch out to Superior and take down that Quillfish, because that allows you to save Slurpuff's moveset for later on, where it might not be as obvious.
yeah.
Though they
All
do
with
switch to Magmortar,
just the
maybe
Magmar.
hoping for a burn.
Oh,
Do they
the
get the
train
burn with
switches might.
multi-attack?
Yeah, it doesn't. The switch doesn't really matter if he was going to multi-attack into the slot anyway, but
The switch would have mattered if they got a burn off, because when Crowfist comes back out, it would have just been a burnt Savali.
yeah, it wouldn't have been able to finish it. But since there was no burns there, Savali's just kind of just able to do whatever it wants against this team now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna actually just send in the Giraffe Rig so they can set up a screen where they kill the Crowfish and then try to get the Savali to be able to kill the Latias.
Oh,
Because if the
maybe.
Savali kills the Latias, you don't actually have to reveal moves on either Audino or Superior.
Yeah.
And it seems like that might actually be the case. Oh, but barely misses out on the kill. And with that lower special attack, it doesn't, but they do get off a light screen. And a Bob Barrage. So the budget Arceus is on a timer now, but the Crowfish is going down. So it does seem like they might not have to reveal moves on their team. What do you think about that, Milk?
Oh, sorry. I was Yeah, no, that's just GG for triple right there. He just wasn't able to do anything about Savali, and now he's kind of just even though Latias is souped up like it has been all game, it hasn't really been able to do anything against this team, so it wasn't really worth it at all.
Maybe
Like,
we'll see recover on it, but either way, I think Triple's strategy right now should be trying to get as much information from the team as possible to be able to abuse that in the future games. They do Sphere into the Arceus here. This Stratford doesn't look like it has anything to hit Latias, or it's trying to keep its last move unrevealed to have that surprise factor next game.
oh,
But they
true.
do switch into
Yeah,
Ardena.
yeah. It's only been clicking Swords Dance and multi attack this game.
So they use Dragon here. I'm assuming they probably don't realize that. I'm pretty sure that only works on their partner, but also they have no dragon types out right now.
Oh, they just don't have any dragon types. Period. So,
I mean, Latias is a dragon.
true.
So if it does work on yourself, it would affect Latias. But
Yeah.
and
Oh,
a
that's a
nasty
burn.
burn. Is this gonna
Yeah.
show off
Oh, they're not gonna be
Yokos?
able.
It does.
But it does. So yeah, there's nothing that could really be done to stop uh, these two until the game's over.
Yeah, because ooh, maybe not though. Because Heal Post I don't think hits through Protect, and this doesn't even have Protect. So if Latias is able to get off a Mist Ball, but barely misses out on the kill.
Yeah. Like Misspell's strong, but it's not able to stop Audino from just healing Savali back up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a forfeit. Not really much you could do at the end of that. So forfeiting's not a bad um
Especially since you're now just out of Mist Balls.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
so the
well,
Latias strategy didn't work out as much as Triple would have liked.
yeah, though they now have that full Aurorus, refrigerator Aurorus in the back. So NP Elemental has no clue what that's gonna try to do. Because it could be like a Meteor Beam Hyper Voice, which looks really good into their team if they just get rid of that Magma. Especially if it has something like Rock Polish to back it up. So let's go on to the next game now. We're doing the next game versus Triple versus NP Elemental. Let's see how well this one does. Last game NP Elemental won, but they did reveal a decent amount of the moves.
Yeah,
So
so
the only thing that's completely silent is that Superior, which is almost definitely a Protect with Leaf Storm, and probably even Dragon Post to take care of the Aurorus. But the slate
okay,
is a
so
Magma and oh, the Fairy versus Quillfish and Latias.
alright, so they don't lead Tinkaton off like I said he probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
Okay, so already with the belly drum setup, Elemental's just trying to make this quick. Latias
yeah.
using Reflect type to make it fire is interesting.
So one thing I'd like to say is that Follow Me actually redirects from your partner, from the Pokemon's partner too, because it switches all enemy targeting onto you. So Latias
Oh,
now
so
should have
he
been
just
trying to hit
so he stopped
Quillfish.
Latias from taking Quillfish's type. That's crazy. Like
That's massive, killing the
yeah,
restricted in
that is
one hit.
this is already going really well for Elemental. He's just trying to make it quick with Slurpuff.
So this Quillfish is
Quillfish was
basically guaranteed to stay on the field for one more turn, though.
yeah. It was probably expecting Slurpuff to take it out first since really Quillfish having Barbarage does threaten Slurpuff a little, but it doesn't really matter if Slurpuff can one shot it.
Yeah, though what we might see come out here is Magmortar to use Protect while this Bob barrages and kills Magma, and then a Follow Me from Magmortar to get another Destiny Bond off so it has a kill onto Slurpuff.
Yeah.
But we see
Oh, but
Tinkaton
we get
instead.
Tinkaton instead.
Oh, we might see a weird
Yeah,
move.
it should have just a fake out oh, but we get the follow me instead. And that's one turn without Slurpuff insta killing something, and Quillfish getting the toxic spikes out here is nice.
It's nice, but the thing is, it probably should have been a Bob barrage into the Slurpuff with a fake out into the Magma,
Uh,
because the worst thing that would have
oh.
happened was trading your Tinkaton for the Slurpuff or trading your Quillfish for the Slurpuff.
Nah, Barbarage would have hit Magmar instead since it clicked follow me.
Yes, but this I was saying a fake out into the Magma. Do you stop the
Oh,
follow me
true.
from Magma?
It would have stopped follow me. All right. Yeah, that makes sense then.
But we
Yeah, the
see
longer.
instead a fake out and toxic spikes. Let's see if the risking it for the long game works out. Because
Yeah,
like
because
this probably
if
has
it could get
Tinkaton Hammer.
oh,
But
that fully heals Slurpuff though. So now that's still that's still really bad. But I'm surprised Quillfish lived. Barbarage
yeah,
will get Magmar off the table though, which is nice because Magmar's been pretty good for this team so far.
yeah, and now we're gonna be seeing ooh, but this can't threaten with a Gigaton Hammer this turn.
Oh, true.
Which means they can just kind of target down that Crowfish and then kill Tinkaton next turn.
Yeah, Tinkaton's not threatening anymore. Light Screen is nice, but it's not gonna stop it's not stopping Slurpuff at all. Like,
Yeah,
I guess there isn't really anything else you could do with Tinkaton on this turn since
unless they had
Gigaton
reflect.
Hammer's gone, but it let Giraffere get the reflect up, so even though Gigaton's coming back next turn, it's not gonna do nearly as much. Like I don't think it's gonna kill Slurpuff here.
Yeah, and I think Slurpuff might have had protect.
Yeah, I think they realized that too. That's for it going down.
Yeah, I think what they realized, MP Elemental realized here is that Tinkaton wasn't gonna be able to kill Slurpuff within the next like 2 or 3 turns because the Tinkaton hammer wouldn't have OHKO'd it, and then it has to wait a turn before it can use Tinkaton again. So
Yeah,
just taking down that foot there would have probably been the best option,
yeah,
especially since they just have to win one more game to win. And they do have that Savali in the back that could have probably dealt with the Tinkaton.
yeah. No, Savali just is Savali threatens every single team member left here. So no matter
Yeah,
how much of Elemental's team triple can get through with these 3 Mons left, it's kind of just it's not so over, but it's
we
tough.
we see a
Oh,
critical hit flame shots going into the Giraffere.
okay, that's good. I don't know what else Magmortar has, but the speed boost would be really nice. Against Slurpuff. Oh, it has
Oh,
Heat Wave. That's
and a crit into Slurpuff with a
oh
Gigaton Hammer
dang,
finishing it off. That
nice. Get
Giraffere
that.
is not going to be able to kill anything this turn and will go
Yeah, that
down.
thing's gotta get off the table. Yeah, that's a double kill right there. Okay, so we're probably gonna see Savali come out on the other side.
Yep, but the rest of the team is poisoned. Actually, it's not. We see a heavy duty boots Audino here.
Oh, true. It didn't get poisoned.
It works out for them here, but that is kind of surprising, especially seeing that has heal bell and that hazards aren't the biggest thing in doubles typically.
Yeah, that's true. Magmortar hyper voicing here. It's probably just because of Savali being out, he probably wants to save his heat waves for when Superior's on the table, but it didn't really do anything.
Yeah, and I feel like if you want to save heat waves, save like maybe 3 or 4 of them, but use the rest of them to try to deal with
Yeah, I
this.
don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Savali got and took him out anyway, so hopefully I mean Auroras can hit super effectively into both Superior and Savali, but if or he had the buff when he took out Auroras last time, so
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't know if
like
it
this
will
is gonna
again,
be
but
losing it because you have to take out Audino and the
yeah, it
Savali on the
doesn't
same turn.
yeah, you kinda just have to O-code or it's a lost cause.
I feel like you probably Tinkaton Hammer the Chansey and then Rock Polish with Auroras
Yeah.
because this thing's gonna be healing post either way. But
Nah, Pirate
there
King's
goes
gonna take him out.
Tinkaton.
Oh, but the rock polish is nice at for this, but if this doesn't
We might see a Meteor Beam going into that Chansey and then try to
yeah,
Hyper Voice to win.
yeah, I don't know. Um I think Auroras is just gonna want to take out Savali first because I think it could win the 1v1 against Audino, but not but I don't think
Yep.
it's able to win the 1v1 against their elementals remaining Pokemon.
Yeah, I feel like it might be able to, but you definitely want to go for that Meteor Beam now because the Hyper Voice probably isn't killing through a light screen.
Yeah.
But they do Hyper Voice anyways, and yeah, that just
Oh,
barely
but that
misses out
doesn't
on the
yeah, that
kill.
doesn't take him out and
But they decide
he
to
gets
Swords
Sword Dance
Dance.
stuff. Like okay.
That is a Meteor Beam Aurorus though.
Yeah, it's not gonna be able to anymore.
But they are taking down that light
Yeah,
screen too. Oh wait, no, they
yeah,
have one more turn of light
yeah,
screen.
okay. Yeah, I think that Swords Dance, it didn't really matter in the end just because Aurora's outspeed, so it might be able to finish off the rest of Elemental's team now.
Yeah. So if this Aurorus doesn't have Protect, I think Aurorus is going down. But if you Protect to take down that light screen, not even a substitute could save the a substitute here could save the Superior because Hyper Voice goes through it. It does not look
Yeah.
like a Protect's coming out here though.
Yeah.
But
No.
Leaf Storm
Yeah, that's
doesn't
a really
kill.
strong Leaf Storm. That's yeah, and since Superior can get the it got most of its health back, so
Yeah. I
yeah,
think they probably should have Hyper
that's
Voiced
not
when they
cutting
had the
it.
chance. I mean, Meteor Beam when they had the chance. Because a Meteor Beam there might have saved it. Because Meteor Beam to Chansey, and then Hyper Voice would have killed that Savai, gotten the Chansey, not Chansey, gotten the Audino weak. And then that Hyper Voice might have just won against the Superior just because of the extra damage output, and maybe even the Chansey would have been fainted by that point.
Maybe. But dang, so
Well,
that's 2-0 on Elemental side then.
yep, which
And
means Elemental is now tied with Meme Kip.
so I put in a lot of work there too. I wasn't expecting it to be as strong as it is, but I guess it is restricted for a reason, so makes sense.
Latiace was scary, but was way too passive to be able to deal with the team.